your seat, light it up, let's unwind. Kevin and Kerr bringing topics of all kinds, from cigars to sports, family and more. Everyday stories you'll want to explore. So take a puff or ponder away. Join the talk, it's the highlight of your day. Puff and ponder where the sparks ignite. Conversations blazing day or night. Tune in now, let the stories take flight. It's the Puff and Ponder podcast, where we get it right. From fast cars to last night's game, family laughs or today's big name. We've got the topics, we've got the vibe. Stay tuned in and enjoy the ride. So lean back, relax, take a break. Kevin and Kerr got the chat you'll appreciate. Puff and Ponder, the show that's great, where conversations ignite. Don't hesitate.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Puff and Ponder podcast, where conversations ignite. I'm your host, Kevin Shahan. Joining me, as always, my co-host, Kerr Viajante. I'm always worried you're going to unclick that and people are going to hear me sing into that song loudly and badly, like halfway through.
Like someone horribly singing a show tune.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's bad. I cannot sing. What's going on, Kerr?
Nothing. I had to unplug the heater because I didn't want one of those moments like last week where I'm like, Jen, you unplug?
Yeah.
Unplug the whole freaking system. But other than that, it was a long day today, Kev. Today was a long fucking Monday. It was like a double header.
Was it? I had I had a day off today. So I had yesterday and today off. Yesterday was my first day off in 13 days. And I got a nap yesterday and a nap today. Back-to-back nap days, that's rare. And my body needed it, man. Like my body was fucked. It was just getting old. Shit sucks. And haven't been eating that much. Yesterday for dinner, I mean, I just, we made tacos and I devoured 6 full-size tacos. And then I made like a giant taco salad bowl. So, I mean,
wow.
I bet I ate 3 pounds of food, and it's just my body's like, hey, we're done with this. We need to recover, relax. But you know what it also needs? It also needs a cigar. What are you smoking, Kerr?
I'm actually smoking something I picked up just recently. Right down the street from us, there's a cigar lounge that opened up, and it actually reopened. So the name is Noble Leaf Cigar Lounge.
Yep.
They redid the whole inside. It looks great. Adam is the owner, and really the flow of the lounge, just everything about it's cool. Their humidor, I've spoken about the cigar lounge prior. And their humidor at the end, before they closed up and then rearranged their ownership and did everything, their humidor is really looking like a Santa Clara magazine, like a catalog. It really did. But he's brought in a lot of really good stuff, some good boutiques. He's brought back Saka, which they stopped, thank God. And this is a new cigar, so I'm sorry I answered your question the long way, but I mean, we were at the soft launch, but this is from this is called John Knox. This is a Maduro. It's from Reformed Cigars, and this is my first. Jennifer smoked a couple of them and really, really, really loved them. So I'm gonna give this one a try.
I'm not familiar with the. Is that Osama bin Laden?
John Knox, Kevin. It is not Osama bin Laden, but
did you realize what that looks like on my end through the camera?
Oh, I'm sure it did. But yes, my Osama bin Laden cigar brought to you by no, you goofball. It's John Knox. Oh gosh,
You can keep saying that name. I don't know who that is. Yeah, you can say it. Say it again, Kerr. John Knox.
John Knox.
Yeah.
Well, I what I'm doing is I'm laying the foundation for you to get Osama bin Laden out of your head. Okay, so I got to say John Knox a couple of times because he's a pretty powerful guy. So John Knox, he's considered one of the founders of the Presbyterian Church of Scotland.
Okay.
So he was a theologian. He was a Scottish minister. He's heavily influenced by John Calvin, which is another cigar that the Reformed cigars carry. Very much against the Catholic Church, and so yeah, he was a big player in the Presbyterian Church in Scotland. Very much a one of those church governance type folks. So back from the 1500s. So it's an interesting brand, the cigars. I mean, they're named after, they have a whole bunch of guys who probably you would mistake it as Osama bin Laden and all of his friends. But they got, a number of John Calvin blends. And then they have the Martin Luther single, I think single, which is, we picked up one of those when we were over there as well. So I'm really interested in smoking this cigar. Jennifer really, really likes it, and I'm going to be pairing it with some Abrullo Añejo rum. So I'm not going to be doing the rum that you normally do. I'm doing this straight up or up on the rocks. So my niece picked this up for me in Panama when they were on vacation, which Jennifer still insists that Panama has two things: the canal and the song by Van Halen.
Yeah. Well, I am enjoying a real good trash from Trash Panda Cigars. I smoked one earlier, and I was actually kind of excited because these are the ones that came in super moist, and I spent the last 3 months dehumidifying them. And the last one came in at like 62 on the foot and 67 on the cap, which I'm like, all right, they're coming down. It's smoked fantastic. This one coming in at 68 on the foot and 80 on the cap. So
you're still determined not to follow the advice that I'd given you, which is fine.
I take it to the fucking grave.
I know you would. I know you would. Even though you know I'm right.
If these have to sit in my humidor for the rest of the year and into next year, I will.
You know what's really funny? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said, or I'll have to. You can come in, Gab. Nobody can see you. You want to come say hi? No, nobody can see you. She's over there somewhere. Gab,
I can see you. I can see you.
Yeah. So,
what's crazy? If you take a look at this cigar, this is actually a pet peeve of yours, right? Which I find funny when you look up reformedcigars.org. So you can see this cigar, Kevin, is got a foot band.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yep, I know you hate that.
Well, no. I don't hate the foot band if it has a main band and it's descriptive.
But still, right? You would prefer a non-foot. What's funny is when you look at the pictures, right, online, the pictures online. When I had to do a double take. The pictures online have it up here, like this.
Oh.
Which I like better. I like a second band on top of the, underneath the first band. I think that looks pretty cool. But yeah, foot band if you want to protect the foot, whatever. But when I looked online, I was like, what the hell? That's not the cigar I'm smoking. And I was like, oh shit, that's the foot band just moved up. It's just like Urkel. The foot band just pulled up around the nipples.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that cigar. Look into the company. I've never heard of the cigar or the company before. So
I'll have to when I send you the lighter, I'll have to send you a couple cigars.
Right on. And I'm pairing mine as always with Bacardi and Diet Coke. But I've got Don here. Any Michigan fans in here? I think you got one in there. What's going on, Tracia or Tracy? I don't hate the foot band if it actually come off without. Yeah, I agree. So it's Bacardi and Diet Coke with lime. I've struggled for the last 2 weeks of finding Diet Coke with lime. It's very limited. It's only coming out. It's like at the end of the year, it's discontinued. So the last 3 grocery store trips I found, I bought every 12 pack I could. So I've got like a little bit of a supply. I've got like 8 12 packs. So I need to bump those numbers up a little bit. So
that's out general for you around here because I cannot stand lime Diet Coke.
But she doesn't have to look. She's not gonna. I don't want to have her to ship them, or I'm not gonna come out. I don't like it that much. I'm not driving all the way up there just to get some.
Trying to be nice. If I can
that's
say
it.
Trying to be nice, Kevin. Shitting all over the niceness again. Like Jessica said.
Go blue. What they won by 1 point? What is this? Go blue.
Victory's a victory.
Yeah, a victory is a victory. But yeah, I mean, the 18th, and they're not going to move up tomorrow. With the standings, I don't think they are. Well, you think they are? Do you think nobody else really fucked up above them to have them move up?
Well, I mean, here's what you got. Here's our top. This is just whatever. It is what it is, man. First of all, University of South Carolina screwed the pooch. They had the opportunity to really come through, and that coach should be fired. 30 to 3, 27 points at halftime.
At the half.
And as Adams is getting ready to freaking punch it in, a horrible freaking lateral pass, they get the ball back with plenty of time. And all they do is run the freaking ball up the gut. And it's like, who's calling your plays? It was like watching the Lions last night against the Eagles. They were like, they were 4th down. They tried 4 times and didn't get it. Just horrible. But Ohio State's number 1. They really struggled yesterday with Saturday with UCLA.
Yeah.
Indiana's still showing everybody that they're for real, that they're just not an accident at number 2. Texas A&M at a strong 3. Here's where I'm like freaking vomit city, right? Alabama's number 4.
The AP. Wait a minute. The AP still has Alabama in the top 5.
Alabama.
What are they? 3 loss team now?
This is the CFP, college football, whatever. Alabama at 8-2 is number 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 teams underneath them that are 10-1 and 9-1. Georgia 9-1, another vomit city. Texas Tech 10-1. Ole Miss 10-1. Oregon 9-1. Notre flippin' effing Dame at number 9, and then Texas at number 10. Texas number 10 with 3 losses. They should be ashamed. Oklahoma is number 11, BYU 12, Utah 13, Vandy's 14. The Hurricanes are at 15. Georgia Tech, what the heck's number 16. USC 17. Go Big Blue 18. Virginia 19, Louisville 20, and no one really cares about the next 5.
Yeah, no, nobody cares. So I'll be interested tomorrow night when they have their always their live Tuesday night, and then their playoff picture, which hasn't really changed too much. You still got Ohio State, Indiana, in there. So
now here's the college football rankings in ESPN. Okay.
Yeah.
So they give the AP top 25, and they're giving the AFCA coaches poll, right? So top 3: Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Okay. Georgia's number 4 on both. Ole Miss is number 5 for AP. Texas Tech's number 6. Oklahoma number 8. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a bunch of teams 6. It's Oregon, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama is like freaking all the way down. Same on the other one too. It's same, just a little bit of a mix there when it comes to
where did Alabama fall on like the coaches poll? 10.
10. Yeah.
Gonna leave them in the top 10, hey?
Leave them top 10.
Three loss team in the top 10.
2 loss team.
Oh, is it 2? Alabama's only lost twice?
Yeah, they're 8-2.
Oh, I thought they were. I thought they were a 3-loss.
Michigan
team.
slid up to number 7 to number 17 in the coaches poll. They got Texas above them on the AP because Texas with 3 losses really need to be in that freaking top 20. Them and Tennessee, give me fucking break. But yeah, Alabama. Bama's Bama lost to Florida State and they lost to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, people. You know about the Michigan. There, people were saying Michigan's gonna be trying extra hard on the Ohio State game because if they can beat Ohio, they have a pretty clear path to being in the championship game. And I'm like, what?
They beat Ohio State. I honestly thought they would be higher right now than 17-18. I realize you're freaking squeaking one by with freaking Northwestern. I know that's not doing you any favors. But
and then the week prior, I think they only won by 3.
Yeah, I mean, listen at best. When I'm looking at teams like, Notre Dame, they're 8-2. I mean, come on, man. Michigan could easily realistically be somewhere around 12, 13.
No, they haven't had a good win.
Do you
remember Don Hemberger? I don't remember. Don, is this for Kerr or me?
What? Don Hemberger.
Yeah. What's going on, Derek?
I don't know. I need more details.
Not everyone's overlooking Indiana. Indiana's just going to be the Big Ten championship game. So even if we lose to Indiana, we're still in the. I think even if Indiana, it doesn't make any difference which one of us loses. We're both still in the, as long as we finish out, with no losses, and then we play each other. No matter who loses, still in the championship game. Well, they're in the playoff picture.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think anybody's writing off Indiana. I mean, I think that it's just kind of like, I think they've been, outside of, their victory against Penn State, overall, they've been winning pretty big, but I don't know. I know you're not, I don't even know why I'm going to ask you because you just hate Michigan no matter what, but you really think you think Miami's better than Michigan?
Yes. I think Miami would.
Holy shit.
I think Miami would dust Michigan.
USC
is better than Michigan.
Come on, Kevin. Listen, I'm at least objective. I don't like Ohio State at all. All through my grade school and high school career and even college, all my good friends who were Ohio State fans, we would go back and forth. And need I remind you, you stopped betting me because Michigan has beaten Ohio State over the last 3 years? 4 years, was it? 3 years?
I think it's four in a row.
4 in a row. So I'm pretty objective when it comes to Ohio State on giving them props where props is due. You can't sit there with a straight face and tell me that Utah, Miami, and USC are better than them.
I didn't say Utah. You asked me for 2. Don, the comments are super delayed. I'm on your Facebook profile, man. For some reason, I don't remember you. I don't know. I don't know.
Don, we'll get back to it in about a minute here. I'm calling Kevin out on Miami and USC better than Michigan. I think you're full of shit. I think that.
I think maybe not USC. I think Miami's better than Michigan.
Not really.
I think Miami's better than Michigan. USC, I think if they played today, that would be a tough game. I'm not 100% sure who would win that game. Against Miami, I guarantee Miami wins.
Because Miami's tough games that they played and lost against Louisville and SMU. Is that what's guiding your decision?
That's a fluke, Kerr. It's a fluke.
I mean, at least Michigan, they did lose to USC pretty bad too. And they did lose to Oklahoma. They're both nationally ranked teams, but fucking Louisville and come on, Kev. Anyway,
Michigan hasn't played anybody, and they haven't beaten anybody handedly.
What do you mean they haven't played anybody? I'm sorry. Was that second game of the season against Grambling a freaking nail biter for Ohio State? was that the one where you're like, oh no, dude, it's 0-0 after 3 minutes.
I misspoke. I didn't mean that they haven't played anybody. They haven't played anybody and beat them handily. They haven't had any like blowout games. Like their last few
that Golden Gopher game, was that another nail biter for you? That was another freaking tough one for the old Buckeyes because after the first quarter, I message you every time. I don't know, Kerr. Minnesota's playing tough at 7-3. Okay, let's just wait, Kevin.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. I think. I think Ohio State's going to drop no less than 40 points on Michigan during their game.
Really? So you think Ohio State's going to go undefeated?
Yeah, without a doubt.
So they're going to be. They're going to beat Rutgers next week, right? You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure because I know that you worry every week.
Yeah.
And
I only worry for like the first quarter.
Because Indiana's got Purdue, whatever. But I don't know, man. Michigan has Michigan's got Maryland, so you got that's Maryland's equivalent to they're even more equivalent.
I'm nervous about the Indiana game. I mean, Indiana's legit. I mean, like I said, people always say, let's not forget about it. Like nobody's forgetting about Indiana. Nobody watching college football is forgetting about Indiana. Arch Manning for the Heisman. Get the fuck out of here. If Julian Sands got the Heisman locked up,
that's like listening
the greatest quarterback rating I think of the last like 30 years. He's at like 86%. So I mean, yeah, he's got some great people catching the ball, but we saw last week, we started the game with our second string players.
No offense to our incredibly supportive viewers, but that statement was about as dumb as when we were watching was it Ohio State, Penn State in the second half. It was like Penn State. It had one total yard, and the announcers are like, "Man, this is a really getting some good momentum here for Penn State." Yeah, 1 fucking yard, and then he throws an 11-yard strike. He's like, and that's what I'm talking about right there. That's the kind of momentum we're seeing with Penn State. I go, now they got 12 yards. Like, are you kidding me? And no offense, I think Arch Manning's a good quarterback. I think he's, he's just, it's just not his year.
He's still a greenhorn, So yeah, I mean, just his pedigree alone, I think he's going to be a fantastic quarterback.
It was
without a doubt.
USC's, they fucking screwed the pooch so bad. They did. It was so horrible. Oh my God, I was so wanting them to win, and they were talking about Sellers, the quarterback, and they're like, "Here's Sellers under center. He was a Heisman hopeful early in the season." I was like, "Yeah, after the second game, like, shut up."
They were talking about the Heisman after the first game.
Where
everybody's first game? Well, we got a Heisman. What? The game number 1.
Yeah, I was blown away at the ridiculousness that sometimes you hear and see. And I rank that Penn State comment as one of the dumbest I've heard in the longest time, when they were sitting at one freaking yard in the second half.
Yeah, I was watching a college game day recap Sunday morning because I didn't get a chance to watch any of the games because I had to work. And there was one game, I don't know who it was. It was like 30-3, like near like or 30-0 at the near the third quarter or something. They kick a field goal and they get their 3 points or whatever, and like there's a group of fans in the back. They're like cheering, chest bumping, and everything else, and they're like, it was 3. It was 4 minutes left in there, whatever it was, and they're down by 27 points.
Yeah, the only thing more surprising, and this is just, I think you were seeing some of the byproduct of the portal and stuff, but there's a lot of good college football. There's a lot of great upsets. Every weekend, I'm always looking at the scores, going, "That's the game. That's the game. That's the game. We got to watch."
They did the fireworks. So you saw that they did the fireworks as well. They launched the fireworks.
3 points.
Yeah, but yeah, so this week song, I like I said, I couldn't watch the games. I couldn't believe how many games came down to the wire.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, and that's what you want to see. Those are the games you want to watch. Like you're fucking nail biting, all the way to the end. And it's just, those are the great games. I do love those.
It was great. And like I said, it was like, I was watching I was rooting for the Gamecocks, and I'm like, but at one point I'm sitting there watching this, going, man, they're just
I
gonna
don't.
blow it. They're gonna fucking blow it. I know they are.
I can't. I can't. After watching the recap, I just cannot believe. Kevin and I grew up together. Are you talking about me, or are you talking about my son? Because you look pretty young. How old are you?
Oh, Kevin.
I'm 48. Don Hemberger. I do not remember you. Kevin and I grew up together. Oh, my son, maybe Kevin Jr. Kevin Shahan Jr. I don't know. But
it's Shahan, not Shahan.
Yeah. So
yeah. How about this weekend? I mean, this weekend I'm looking at the games and I'm like, nothing's really exciting me.
No, yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing.
No, there's no
real.
What's Eastern Illinois gonna upset Alabama, or Charlotte's gonna upset? Listen, I'll tell you this. Charlotte was playing my college. How many years ago was that, Jen? We went to Charlotte. That's 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago when they started their program back up, they were playing Wesley College, and guess what happened the first time they played Wesley College? They lost.
Yeah.
And the second game they barely won. But they're Division I school, and it takes some time to build a program. I get it. I really don't think Rutgers is going to be giving Ohio State a run for their money. I don't think Samford's going to be freaking grinding it out against Texas A&M. Could be wrong, but you never know. I think the closest game where you may get some competitiveness and it may be rather interesting to watch is Kentucky Vanderbilt.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, tell him I said hi. I haven't talked to him in about a year. He's doesn't take my calls anymore.
Maybe Florida, Tennessee. Maybe Florida.
What's going on, Philip?
But I gotta tell you, I gotta say this though. The one thing that's really kind of has me tickled a little bit, not because I dislike the guy or because just because I get sick and tired of the freaking media and more the announcers. Like, if you really want to dislike a team, listen to the announcers while the game's going on. And announcers have made me really dislike the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
they have, because it's like Mahomes could freaking bend down and split his pants. I'm going to talk about how that was the best play that ever done. They're 5-5. They lost yesterday to the Broncos. They're 5-5. They are literally playoffs. Are the division winners, the wild card, and in the hunt, and they're last, like barely in the hunt right
now. That's nuts. That's nuts. I see the Dolphins assign McDaniel and Tua, bringing them back for 26. Like, yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah,
we don't need a change. Yeah, we don't need a change or anything.
Listen, it's same in business and sports or anything else like that. When you got good players and you keep losing and you're not doing well, maybe it's not the players anymore.
I was listening to John Gruden not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and he was on someone's podcast, and he was saying, like, there are teams that go out there and they try and win the Super Bowl every year. That's their goal, and other teams don't. There are other teams that are run like businesses, and they're there to make money, but not necessarily win the Super Bowl. And I think the Dolphins are one of those teams that don't care about winning the Super Bowl. They're I don't know. They probably still make more money than we can imagine.
It's like the Pittsburgh Pirates. When I lived in Pittsburgh, the Pirates they had the lowest overall salary in MLB. They made money. Honestly, Kevin, I've gone to a lot of pro games, pro sporting events. It was the only time I ever was like, hey, I got freaking tickets for Tuesday's game, but I really don't want to go. I'd like to go to Saturday. You can go to the freaking stadium and be like, hey, can I trade these in for Saturday? Like, yeah, sure. I'm not kidding you. And on the weekends, what they would do is Saturday night, to bring in the fans, they'd have a concert after the game. So you'd play a baseball game. The Pirates sucked. Afterwards, they'd have Third Eye Blind or whomever, whatever band is going to be. And they packed the stadium. They packed the baseball stadium, and they'd have that. And then on Sunday afternoon games, afterwards, it was Kids Day. They would let the kids go out in the baseball diamond and run bases.
That's it. They have that up at the our minor league team, the Tampa Bay Rays play up here, spring training.
This was the Pittsburgh Pirates professional baseball team.
I know.
And they had the lowest budget, and they freaking made money for years and didn't give shits about the playoffs.
I have watched dozens and dozens of Pirates, because Pirates used to have their spring training down here when I was a kid, and I used to love when you go with my dad as a kid. I was the only real baseball fan. So I was really the only one that would ever go with my dad or my uncle when my uncle came down to visit, and just go to a Pirates game, and just watch it, I can still remember the atmosphere, like the crack of the bat, like every everything. I loved watching baseball as a kid.
Baseball live is not bad. I'm not much of a baseball guy on TV. My dad was. I've been a Pirates fan since I was a kid. Like, I remember watching the World Series, and Kent DeCalve was the freaking underarm pitcher, and they had freaking Dave Parker and Willie Stargell and all those guys, and that's where I grew up watching those guys. Them and the Phillies. If I was to pick a baseball team, I even like the Montreal Expos. I like Gary Carter, the catcher.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a Yankees fan since I was a little kid, but I'm a Rays fan too, because I've just been to 100 Rays games. I love watching the Rays. Usually when they're playing the Red Sox or the Yankees, we'd go up, but yeah, it's all. I much prefer watching baseball in person.
Yeah.
Than TV. Football, I do not like going to football games. It's just I don't
Really?
enjoy it. I don't enjoy it as much. I've only been to a few professional or NFL football games, and I've been to a few like bowl games. Always Ohio State bowl games. But I have more fun watching football on TV.
I can see that. I mean, I like watching football. I love hockey live. I can watch hockey on TV, but when you watch hockey live, it's a completely different sport. It's like baseball. Baseball live is a lot of fun. We went to go see the Cubbies play Wrigley Field. That was freaking awesome. That was incredible. Went to go see the Yankees play in their old stadium. The bleachers, part of the bleacher creatures. That's a freak show.
I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on in hockey live. So I've only been to one game. I'm going to my second game in 2 weeks. Yeah. Actually, no. I think next Monday night. I think I'm going next Monday night.
It might be.
And so it will be my second rodeo. So I'm hoping it's more enjoyable than maybe I can follow a little bit more.
Even hear that come from your mouth just makes me want to just reach to the screen, pull you out, and replace me, and go to that damn game. Well, if you don't understand line changes, you don't understand offsides and all that kind of crap.
100%. 100%. I don't know the rules.
You don't see a lot of that shit when you're watching it on TV. All you're seeing is, you may see, you're like, why in the hell is there a break? Why are there less guys on the ice? Well, they got to do a line change, but hockey live is probably one of the most exciting sports. In my opinion.
Next Monday night, RJ.
Thanks, RJ.
Craig Vanderslice and I are going up to the game and watching it from the JC Newman Diamond Crown box.
Some of it. Go Flyers. You know what?
What's going on, Matt?
RJ, I got to tell you something. First of all, I'm a diehard Flyers fan. Secondly, I'm a big Cigar fan. So going to this game would have been freaking awesome. Kevin's very first live hockey game was in the JC Newman Lounge. So he got to sit and watch a hockey game while smoking cigars and drinking a drink of his choice. It went into overtime, and it ended in a shootout. His first hockey game ever.
I'm told that's a big deal, RJ.
You can't fail forward any more than that. And then he's like, "Hey, it was pretty cool. I guess I don't know. I didn't know what was going on." And I'm, starting to fashion my Kevin Shahan, voodoo doll. I'm getting the little pins out. But yeah, that was your first hockey game. It's God, it was like Spain. When they the Dolphins, they just recently played in Spain for the first time. It went to overtime. It was a great game. It's like if you're gonna go see a football game, that's the football game you want to see. It was a great game.
Yeah, yeah. When they played in Ireland, was it? Yeah, the NFL. When they're just weren't they in Ireland just a few weeks ago as well?
Why in England?
Was it in England? Oh, maybe it was just the announcer was Irish and he was talking about, and he was like really into football, like he knew a lot, But it was just weird, or the sideline reporter or whatever it was, hearing him talk about the game and the love of the game. And I've been watching some of these videos on these rugby people, like the rugby player. Oh, like the rugby fan.
It played in Wembley.
Oh, was it Wembley?
Yeah.
Okay, just must have been in Ireland. I thought it was in Ireland, but these rugby fans are like, oh, the NFL's nothing compared to rugby. And then I've been watching some of these reaction videos of rugby players watching NFL games and watching some of these guys get hit, and some of these rugby players like, how do they not die? They'd be like, oh my God, like I hurt from watching that.
RJ, honestly, I got to tell you, I do not recall Holtz Cigars having a lounge at Wells Fargo Center.
Is that where the Flyers play? Wells Fargo.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've been in that stadium. Actually, I think I went to go see. It was before it was Wells. It was the First Union Center. It was the FU Center. That's what they used to call it. Of all places, right in Philadelphia, you're going to have the First Union Center. It's going to be the FU Center.
Yeah,
okay. Wells Fargo. So I don't recall that. I remember spending a lot of time at the gosh, what is the name of that freaking Victory? The Victory beer, the bar, and drinking some beers, and then watching him. I didn't remember the Holtz having a cigar lounge there. Yeah, I was not privy to that information. But yeah, hockey to me is the best sport to watch live. I can see your point when it comes to football, 100%. I do.
So Miguel, yeah,
Miguel. Because I've seen. I mean, the tough part too is what you've experienced. And years ago, when I was in pharmaceuticals, our company had super boxes. That's when you take your clientele, and every once in a while we get our freebies, or we could get tickets to go to the game. And once you sit up in that box and you're like drinking beer and like eating food, and you have your own private bathroom, and then you can just walk down and sit and do whatever the hell you want. And when you're that bored that you can just go sit on a couch, and this is when you know it's pathetic. When you're at a live event and you're sitting on the couch watching the live event on the fucking TV in front of you, that's when you really got a problem. And it's like, after you've experienced that, it's like, God dang, I don't want to sit in that 700 level. That's terrible. All these that smell like freaking Crown Royal and freaking Busch beer and piss. No,
that's it. And at the stadium, JC Newman, their seats. So if I'm sitting in the seat, it's an aisle seat. So I don't have anybody to the right of me. There's one seat to the left, and then right here where this humidor is the bar. So I can just look at the bartender. I'm like, hey, can I get another Bacardi and Diet? And just be like, all right, thank you. And
I took my dad.
And then if I walk just off camera, that's where the cigar lounge is. So I get to go inside.
I took my dad to a game. It was the Eagles game. I think it was the Eagles-Bears game. And there was a mid-level area in the arena. And it was a restaurant, and it was right in the corner, like you're in the end zone right in the corner. So you're about midway up, so you can see everything pretty good. And they had this freaking ridiculous food buffet. Like, it was ungodly. Like, I ate till I couldn't move. And then my dad and I sat at the bar drinking beer, watching the football game through the glass. And hold on for a second here. Why is this telling me my freaking battery's low, Kevin? Hold on for a second. I don't know what's going on. My I don't want to get disconnected here, dude, but this is not good, Nav. So yeah, I was blown away by this. I was like, oh my God. So we were in seventh heaven, man. It was fantastic. Keep talking, Kev. I'm losing power. I'm losing power fast. I don't know what my
did you unplug the wrong one?
No, yeah, I know, right? I put it Jennifer. No offense, Jennifer. No, I don't know why this is doing this, but I don't know if it's the cord or what the deal is, but it's not charging right now.
So while Kerr's having a technical difficulties, Hashimoto, not to change the subject, but I've been watching Kevin's turkey sandwich challenge, and I can't believe how hungry you made me from just watching the short videos. I wish they had smell-o-vision.
Sorry about that, folks. I had to I got the adapter in, and it looks like it's plugged in, but it's pretty low. But
I'm a Lightning fan, but I also root for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So just because it's an Ohio thing, but I would say I'm a Lightning fan.
Your turkey sandwich challenge has been pretty interesting.
People
fun to follow.
People have been timing, like they'll message me afterwards. You ate that one in 3.5 minutes. How did you do that?
The other day. You're like, okay, I'm going to try this sandwich. You're like, well, I could taste cranberry. Well, and I'm like, did you eat it? I thought you'd eat your fucking finger. I mean, seriously, I knew you were a fast eater, but it's unsettling to watch how fast you eat that sandwich. And then when I'll hit pause, I'm like, this is a 6-minute video, and then you're shoestring fries.
Yeah. So I've only got a couple of sandwiches to go. I'm on the fence about the Subway one. Like half a dozen people have sent me that press release now from Subway. Saying for the Subway Thanksgiving.
You got to get it and try it, but I guarantee it's gonna suck.
Yeah, I think I might do Sunday, or I think I might do Subway tomorrow. I got to get up to Sarasota for the was it the Bobby? What's the name of that place, Kerr?
Hot Bobby's, Capriati's, dude.
Capriati's.
I will place my money. I'll say this, but Kevin will do this just to go up oppose me. It'd be freaking a dick, but Capriati's is, and I've had other sandwiches. I haven't had all the ones that you've had. The Arby's sandwich is horrible. Capriati's is hands down one of the best fucking subs I've had.
Coop says if it's not like my favorite, he'll buy it. He'll give me my money back.
I'm with Coop on that. I agree, and that's been around for a while. Like I was living in Reading,
it's like. I would say it's an up north thing, isn't it? That's where they started.
What's really weird is when they first came out, right? One opened up in Dover, Delaware, where I was in college.
Okay.
And when you looked at the Capriati map, there was one in freaking Nevada and one in freaking Delaware. I think they started in Vegas, if I'm not.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And then now they're all over. But I remember, my buddy, my roommate Dan, when I first, was like 95, 96. I graduated college, was working at Enterprise. I lived with Dan, Rob, and Pete, and the girl I was dating at the time. She used to get us the Capriati's because they would sell them, in that northern Delaware, Philly area, that whole area, and whatever we used to go down to visit my college or go down to the beach, we always would stop at Capriati's and get a freaking hot Bobby and freaking crush it along the way.
Okay, yeah, because you and Coop talked about it. I thought it was a Philly thing, so okay.
No,
so, I guess they got
gotten bigger in that area.
Yeah, and I thought the closest one to me was Tampa, and then I think you sent me the link that there's one in Sarasota.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Googled it, and Tampa came up like that's the closest one. So I think maybe Jessica and I will go down maybe this week when
No, if there was one in
go up
Tampa
there.
or some of the ones you probably got, I would not send it to you. But I was like, damn it, Kevin, this is one that is, this would be worth the trip. If you ask me, it's fantastic. It was the first time I was introduced to a Thanksgiving type sandwich.
Yeah, so I got two more. I'll probably do Subways tomorrow, and then maybe Jessica and I will go up to Capriotti's this week, and then
so
and that'll be
Jennifer recommended Firehouse, and you like Firehouse, right?
So far, Firehouse for the win. Now, Wawa makes a fantastic sandwich, but what edged Firehouse out was the portability of eating it.
Yeah,
you cannot eat like a Wawa the turkey sub in your car as you're driving. They do have a wrap, which is more like a burrito.
It doesn't count.
I would be concerned still about eating it. But that Firehouse, the way they made it, the way they layered it, it was absolutely perfect. So if anybody's looking for like the Thanksgiving meal in a sandwich, definitely Firehouse, I think, has got it locked down. Waiting for my buddy Ray over at Mouthhole Barbecue in Sarasota. He said he's going to make one for himself last week, so hopefully he made it because he smokes his turkeys.
I was going to say
I bet that's going to be just crazy good, and everything they makes from scratch. So it's going to be stuffing from scratch, cranberry from scratch, mashed potatoes from scratch, gravy. So it'll be, it'll be.
I predict that the smoked turkey is going to be overwhelming and take over the flavors of the cranberry and.
No, because his smoked turkey, the way he smokes it, I've had his smoked turkey before because he makes the Twisted Rachel, which is the Reuben with smoked turkey, and the smoke is so light.
Reuben is Rachel turkey.
No, so it's the Twisted Rachel. So it's got corned beef and turkey.
Oh, it's got both. Okay, yeah.
It's got both, and his turkey has it's so subtle, such a subtle smoke. I've had some smoked turkeys. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like it's just got that deep smoke to it.
They use liquid smoke.
Who's that?
A lot of people who.
Oh, use liquid smoke.
Add liquid smoke.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't like overly smoked meats. So, but his is so moist and juicy and such a light smoke. Yeah, so I'll be if he makes one for the general public. I don't know if he will or not.
And Jessica's right. You could tell when someone uses liquid smoke versus regular smoke. For some reason, that liquid smoke is more overpowering and actually has a little bit of a synthetic flavor.
Matt Hashimoto says hi, Jess.
Hello.
She says hi. I bet the best sandwich company at Kevin's house I know make the best one out there with all our stuff. Oh yeah, you always make the best. Everybody makes their best turkey. Sandwiches at home, and because just the ratio is always perfect and everything. So we're doing all of our stuff. We ordered everything from the Honey Baked Ham Company this year. So we'll be.
We didn't do it turkey.
Yeah. Oh, we did ham. Oh, we did ham.
But I think I'm gonna
honey baked ham.
What are you gonna pick up a turkey? We're gonna have turkey, and we're gonna have enough food. It's gonna be just me and Jessica eating, and
Wyatt eats ham.
Yeah. So we got ham. So we're gonna do the. I'm gonna make a ham gobbler.
It's honey baked ham, not honey baked turkey.
Yeah, they have turkey too.
I know they do. I'm just
sure. But it's like I think it's like the sliced turkey, like the turkey like loaves, and then you slice it. Yeah. So it's like the process.
I used to eat a lot of honey baked ham back in the day. They used to have really good meals, good box lunches.
Oh yeah, they have a great. Jessica and I went up there one day for lunch a while ago and just had lunch and
not every honey baked
ham
has a deli.
Yeah.
Like ours has a deli.
So smoked jalapeno poppers. I've had smoked jalapeno poppers. Man, It was and they're really good. Matt, and I tell everybody, if you've never had smoked deviled eggs, you've got to make them and try them. I was at the Barn Smoker event in Tennessee, Kentucky. I think it was Kentucky, may have been Connecticut. But they had the VIP party or dinner beforehand, and it was all barbecue. And the guy made a smoked deviled egg. They took the raw eggs and smoked them till they were done, and that smoke went through the shell and it was just, I don't know how many I ate, but I love deviled eggs, so I can always eat tons of them. But they were absolutely amazing, and I've never had them again. I've never had anybody make me smoked deviled eggs since.
That sounds delicious, though. But I'm like, I love deviled eggs. If I walk in, I see deviled eggs, I'm like, God damn, just.
We were at a party at my buddy's barbecue last year, and I just kept going. Jessica and they're just counting. It was, I don't know, 12, 14 eggs, whatever it was. And
it was at Ray's.
It was at Ray's. I'm talking about at Ray's. Yeah, and it was just, I just eat them until.
Tell Jessica to grab a headset and join us. Crying out loud.
But he said, grab a headset and join us if you want to.
I got things to do. Take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, she's only taking a 5-minute break. She's still working technically, but yeah,
6 minutes. So
I'm a deviled egg fan, and I'll eat them until I vomit.
I'm the same way, man. I love deviled eggs, man, and you get some of the ones that I've had. You just I'll eat plain deviled eggs. I'll eat all the fancy with the freaking sliced jalapeno on top. Onions and God Almighty, love it.
Yeah. I've really never had. I've had some that are plain. Like Jessica's mom and my mom. Like they make they're not fancy. They're just plain deviled eggs, and they're still good.
Your grandma's
except Jessica's mom does put like one black olive, like a slice on top.
Yeah, I've had those too. It looks like an eyeball. It's perfect. Yum.
Yeah, it's a.
What are you talking about? I've never seen her put a black olive.
Yeah, she puts black olives on hers. No, all of them.
No, she does. I've never seen.
She does. You're talking. She's talking to me, the guy that can eat deviled eggs every day, the connoisseur.
I know.
You're confusing somebody.
Either get on the headset or shut up.
Tell Jessica she's her 5 minutes of fame are up. She's in the 5+.
Yeah, but they're just plain. They're nothing special about them, and they're still delicious. Still delicious.
I'm the same way. It's like if and I'll eat them wherever I'm at too. If I see them, even if it's I must admit, up north of Pennsylvania, they would have some of the Turkey Hill convenience stores would have deviled eggs.
Sounds delicious. Yeah,
in a freaking container, and I'd freaking be like, "Thank you." What's that? The Amish next to me put sugar in them. Well, listen, I'd have to give that a try. The Amish, they know how to cook.
Have you guys talked about stuffing from a box versus homemade stuffing in the bird?
Oh, she wants to know, talking about for stuffing in the bird or from the box. I don't like stuffing from the bird. It's too moist.
I do.
Yeah. Now, is it stuffing or is it dressing?
Yeah, stuffing, man. Because you're stuffing it. You're not. They get dressing because they call it dressing the turkey.
Yeah.
But it's stuffing. You stuff a turkey.
My mom. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I said my mom used to make two different stuffing when I was a kid. My dad liked oyster stuffing made in the bird with oysters.
Yeah.
I liked oysters as a kid. I could not eat oyster stuffing. And
now you can eat.
No, even then I could not eat as a kid. I can eat raw oysters as a kid. We grew up on the beach. We ate raw oysters all the time, but raw oysters cooked inside of stuffing inside of a turkey, not happening.
Yeah. We had the stuffing like in a turkey, but my aunt and my mom used to take that stuffing, they pull it out, and they would put it in mashed potatoes and whip it up, and have like this whipped stuffing.
Real? I've never. Yeah,
dude,
that sounds good.
Is fucking.
Awesome. What I would do is I would make a little pile of it and then make like a little volcano and then dollop some cranberry in there or some gravy and then scoop through it. Oh my God. I bet that's really good.
There's
look at that ratio just right though.
Oh, yeah. It is. And my mom and my aunt, there was a perfect ratio where there's a few things like that to me growing up. When someone said stuffing, it was like anything that was coming out of a bird, it was stovetop. That's what stuffing was. But the real stuffing that I had for my family was when they would mix it with the mashed potatoes, because it would be brown and it had all the freaking stuffing looking freaking specks and shit in there, and it smelled like it. But it just something about that creaminess of a mashed potato with the flavor of stuffing was freaking out of this world. you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, Matt from the box. There's nothing better than stovetop stuffing out of that box. I could eat it every single
I like
day.
it now. I do, but
Oh, Matt, Thanksgiving is that one that my food can touch? Other than that, it has to be separated. I do separate my food on my plate, but it can touch, and then sometimes I'll mix my food and drag it like together. Like nothing is better than like Hamburger Helper, like the cheesy mac, and then like I said, then you hollow out the center and fill it with applesauce. Like fill like a half a jar of applesauce.
Wait, hold on
and then
a second here.
Let's scoop all the way through it.
We were just talking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And you just said that nothing's better than Hamburger Helper with a
No, I said no, I'm talking about when your food touching.
Okay, because when you start talking about putting applesauce in Hamburger Helper, I was a little concerned.
That's delicious.
What?
It's delicious. Hamburger Helper? I
Well,
love hamburger.
Yeah,
helper.
but you it sounded like you said you take Hamburger Helper and you hollow out the center and you put applesauce in the middle of it.
No, on your plate. Like you put like a whole bunch on your plate and then you like move it all off to the side. So there's a big opening in the middle, and then you fill that opening with applesauce.
And Hamburger Helpers around it.
Yeah, all around it. So then when you scoop through it,
you
get Hamburger Helper and applesauce.
That's
it's
really
that
gross.
hot.
Yeah,
it's
I thought I heard you. Right? No, that's fucking horrible.
It's that
that's
hot and cold. Yeah, it's that hot and cold together. Oh my god!
Oh no, man,
it's great.
Hamburger Helper and applesauce. What? I mean,
Jessica won't eat it either.
Oh, it looks. I mean, I'm just the visual itself is like worlds colliding. That just doesn't make sense. That's terrible. I don't know, man. I can't back you on that one. But I don't care about my food touching. But my buddy Matt, we used to do Sunday dinner at his house, God rest his soul. And he used to take his mom would make he'd take mashed potatoes and just put a big pile and make a big volcano, like you said. And it was like turkey, freaking corn, yams, everything, freaking gravy on top, and then take a biscuit and break it up. And that's freaking that was his meal. I like my stuff separated, but I like it touching because I do like the little swipe of like, I'll use my mashed potatoes as a tool to freaking pick up the corn, and dip it in some gravy and get some cranberries. I love yams too. Really like real yams. I like the canned crap you get, but you get real yams that are baked with freaking molasses. Oh my God, that's freaking bomb.
I hate when you go somewhere like if we go to like Jessica's parents' house, like their plates are too small. When you have like a Thanksgiving meal or a Christmas meal, you need big plates. Yeah. So you can have a bunch of food. Nothing sucks worse than having to get a tiny bit of a bunch of stuff. Yeah. It's like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? Get some big plates, damn it. It's so you can get a little bit of enough of everything.
And I gotta tell you, come Thanksgiving dinners like that, meals, and even in Easter, I am more focused on all of the sides. I will have my plate will be about 95% starches and everything else, and then I'll have maybe a little bit of meat.
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm the same way. I'll have it'll all be sides, and then I hate when people don't have like their setup is dumb. Like everything should be buffet style, separated from the table. Nothing should be on the table. Nothing like passing over, and it's just, oh, hey, while you're eating, hey, can you pass this over? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So everything should be buffet style outside the table. And that way you just go up and you eat, and then there should be room around the table. I've been to, friends' house, like you can get up and get something, more food, but then like I ask like 9 people to move, and you're like, what is going on here? That's I just get crotchety in my old age, I guess. That's why we're just doing Thanksgiving here. We're not going out. We ordered all the food. We're gonna go pick it up, and then we're just gonna have dinner here by ourselves. And
that's a smart move. I mean, because Jen will make a big dinner and she'll put it on the table and we'll do the whole, like you said. Well, I hate this. Like, hey, can you put some mashed potatoes? A little bit more, a little bit. you put some
yeah,
more?
I know.
No, a
I
little
know.
bit more. Hey, can you put a little bit? And I'm just like, you know what? When she puts it buffet style, here's the part I love, right? So we host a lot, and people will put out the buffet, and it's like, okay, the food's ready, and everybody's just like, I mean, who like even my own family, who I've known my whole life, it's like, no, I'm just like, I listen, it's my house, I'm going first. So if you all don't know what the hell who's gonna go, I'm gonna freaking lead. I'm gonna be the tip of the spear, and I'm gonna freaking load my plate up, and I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna start eating without you because, as rude as that may be, it's my house. That's what I'm gonna do.
If you're somewhere and I'm there, you'll know when the food's ready because I'm eating and I'll be like, hey, food's ready. Yep. And I've already got my plate. Yep. Or if someone comes out and say, hey, food's ready. And I don't look around. I just get up. I'm like, I'm like, like, okay, grandpa over there. I'm pretty sure I can get to that door.
You need to tell me twice.
Yeah, you do not need to tell me twice. And my Jessica's gone. So my ex-wife would be irritated at me. And it's like, and she'd be like, oh, food's ready. And then I make, no, it's rude for the host to eat first. Fuck these people. I paid for all of this. This is my house, so.
I see. I agree with you on that. And then once I'm done with the statement, we can hear from Fogbox. But I think the host, you owe it to your guest to lead the way and tell them food's ready. Follow me. I'm going to show you. You get your plate, then you're good to go. Got to be a leader.
That's it. On that note, let's hear a word from our partners over at Fogbox.
Let's be real. Most travel cigar cases look the same. Black, boring, forgettable. But Fogbox, they're doing it different. Every Fogbox travel case and lighter features custom Hydro Dip graphics, from bold patterns to badass designs that pop. These aren't just tools, they're statements. Whether you're at a lounge, a campsite, or on the beach, Fogbox gear stands out while keeping your cigars protected and fresh. Plus, the quality is rock solid. Airtight, rugged, and built to handle wherever you take it. If you're still carrying around the same black, plain cigar case everyone else has, it's time for an upgrade. Visit fogbox.com and grab something as unique as your cigar taste. That's fogbox.com. Built to travel, designed to stand out.
Now Matt says he hates bacon, but can eat it with syrup smothered on it or on the pancakes. Yeah. Can you hear me? Oh, Kerr is out. Must have been, they're having trouble streaming the Facebook too. Must be something on StreamYard's end. So, Matt, Jessica puts bacon on everything and in everything. I used to be a huge fan of bacon, but now it's just, it's getting to be too much. Like there's just too much bacon in the house being cooked all the time. And I'm starting to get burned out from bacon. So I don't know. Yeah, and I understand, the juices running into other foods, and there's nothing, I'm a food weirdo as well. I can't my being a germaphobe also runs into like food. I have a tough time at I don't like potlucks because I don't know who cooked them and who cooked the food. I don't know your kitchen. Like the people I work with, I see them come out of the bathroom without washing their hands. So I'm like thinking, they cook the same way without washing their hands. If you get some potluck for me, it's clean as hell. And then at work, or when food has been out, everybody knows at work, when we have a customer buy food or we have a vendor bring food, bring pizzas or donuts, they'll let me know first. Hey, Kevin, there's food in there. We know how you are. I'm like, I appreciate that, because if I walk in and there's 6 nasty guys hovering around the donuts or food or something else, I just turn around and I walk out. I'm like, nah, not doing this. You nasty motherfuckers coughing all over everything, touching everything. Oh, hey, what's this donut? Oh, I don't like this one. And as I put it up to their face and stick it down, no, not happening. So, Kerr is officially out. I can't even stand the smell of bacon. Oh my God, really? Oh, that's I do love the smell of bacon. I love the smell of coffee. And I don't like coffee. Hot coffee, nasty. Do not like it. But man, you put me in a room or I mean, I could work in a coffee place because just the smell is absolutely intoxicating. Let me make sure to see if that was okay. Kara, he'll be right here. But yeah, Kevin's food comes out of the steroid. You know, I was Jessica and I watched a documentary on how they make food and put it in the tubes. It was how they did MREs, how they were making MREs, how they were made, packaged, but also how they were developed as well. And they also I think it was the same company that made the tube or the food in a tube for like I think it's the U-2 pilots. Maybe it's the stealth bomber pilot. I think it's a U-2 pilots that have to eat out of the tube, and everything is made in there. And I'm like, that's it. That's what I want is if I could eat all my meals out of a tube, that would be the end all be all. Because I think the one they were making that day was spaghetti and meatballs. And I forget who the host was. That was they didn't tell him what was in it, like in the tube, and he tried it. No, I think that one was Adam Richman on the tube food, and but yeah. So as soon as I saw how they made the food in a tube for the it was for the U-2 pilots. That's what I want.
Oh yeah.
That's what I want. That's all. If I could just, because eating, showering, and going to the bathroom, just the three biggest waste of time of my fucking day. Absolutely just annoying as all get. And food is the worst. Food is the biggest time consumer. I could justify shower. I'm a mechanic. I got to shower every day. So that, it's about 7-8 minutes out of my day. Not too bad. Going to the bathroom, fucking waste of fucking time. But eating food is just irritates me to no end. Having to consume calories. Now I love food. Like when I get a good meal, I thoroughly enjoy it. But for the most part, I hate eating. I hate consuming.
Except for a good meal.
Except for a good meal once a week. Like Friday night, Jessica and I will go out somewhere to our favorite pizza place or Mexican place, and I love eating. It's great food, and we it's a great meal. But other than that, any other time, give me something in a tube, and that's it. That's all I want. Long-winded phone calls is such a waste of time. Oh, if you call me instead of texting me, and then don't do that bullshit of hey, send me a text, hey, you busy? And I'll be like, no, what's up? And then the phone rings and it's like, oh, you motherfucker.
Set you up.
Because I already said I wasn't no, I wasn't busy for a text. I'm busy for a phone call.
That's great. Sorry about that. I don't know what was going on earlier. My power supply to my computer just wasn't my computer wasn't recognizing it. So I switched out my block for my other computer, but it's not as big and as strong. And then all of a sudden, it died, and then it started recognizing the charger again. It's damn Apple stuff.
Yeah. So, but they set Karen Jen unplugged it, bro.
I can't blame her this time, but I was sitting there, all of a sudden everything went blank because I actually was showing that it was charging, but I realized it was one of those just hanging by a string. And usually when I see that, it's just enough to keep things running, where if I just unplugged it, everything would go black, and it just went black. And I was like, son of a bitch. So I don't know this. I got to take my Apple, my MacBook Pro in for a cleaning and everything else. I've had it for a long time, and it's starting to slow up a little bit.
I'm gonna light up another cigar, another real good trash. This is from my other humidor on a different shelf. Let's see how this one's doing. See, this is 63 on the foot. Let me hit it again. 62, and then on the cap,
78.
65.
Wow, there you go.
So the one humidor now I just wish I knew which humidor I got this one out of, because one humidor appears to be drawing down the moisture a lot faster than the other one. So
yeah,
but,
I'm glad that that's working for you, and you get those out. In the nick of time, if you will, for a nice 2025.
yeah, let's hope so. Hopefully I have time to set up the promotion. I've just been doing so much for so many other people, and that's just this year in general. I've had so many promotions for so many other companies and doing work for so many other companies. I haven't had a chance to focus on my own company, and my own product, which just which is good and bad. The good thing is, I make more money not selling my own stuff. There's no money in the selling cigars, but I would like to sell more cigars and cigar accessories, but at the end of the day, if this other company's going to pay my mortgage, or whatever, my truck payment for the month, I appreciate that. So, and actually I've been making I've been making good money on Facebook. Just posting. Yeah. This month I'm projected to make like $100 this month. Yeah. Just posting content. That's it. Not promoting anything. Just because I'm in the Facebook inside or the creator thing where they monetize your account, and I'm like, well, hell, I mean, it's like $100. I mean, it's not FU money, but it's still
$100 cigars that you can buy.
I think it's $100. So
yeah, damn it, that's not bad at all, man. Have at it. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram are so funny though, and it's. Are you getting? Is it posts with cigars or is it other stuff?
It's just everything. It's mainly not cigars, but that's why I don't smoke in my videos anymore. It's rare you'll see me, in a video with a lit cigar, because those are the ones that were being flagged, even though it wasn't anything about a cigar. Don't even mention what I'm smoking. Would be like the biggest one were my Tech Tip Sunday videos.
Yeah, I remember that.
Talking about cigar, and that was like the first ones that they started to flag and pull down and demonetize, and it's like just because I was smoking. So now I don't smoke in videos anymore. I just just do videos and talk, which is absolutely stupid, but
if you're $100 stupid, that ain't bad. I mean, plus, it's entertainment. I mean, especially your turkey sandwich thing you've been doing. It's What's next?
I don't know. I've got a blonde wig that I ordered from Amazon sitting over here.
Food related, Kevin. Food related. I don't want to know about what you do on your personal time. That's all. Hey, listen.
And it has to do with that.
No judging, not good.
And it had something to do with that Photoshop that you sent me the other day.
Okay.
So that
food related, Kevin. I'm trying to direct you. I'm trying to help you out.
That's it. It's food. I don't know what I would do food related. Coop's been doing cigar-coop.com. Coop's been really delving out into sandwiches, and that's what he got me into, like the turkey ones. He did the Capriottis. That was the first one I saw. Then I'm like, oh hey, and then Wawa came back out, and I'm like, oh hey, Coop did the write up on the Capriottis, and let me do a video because I don't. He does the write up things. I do the videos better.
Yeah.
Not better than him. I just do better. I just do videos better than
Coop's a good writer.
Than writing.
Yeah.
He's a good writer. So I've been following. I'll tell you, I read more of his food reviews than I do cigar reviews. Not just from I don't watch or I don't read cigar reviews anymore unless it's a cigar I'm interested in. Like the new whatever, the Tatuaje, the My Father, the new Dunbarton. I'm like, oh hey, let me go see what.
I usually skim those though too. I mean, I find myself when it comes to cigar reviews, I gotta skim it and cut through all the bullshit and fluff.
First thing I do is I scroll all the way down to the bottom and see what the score is.
Yep.
And then I back up.
Then I'll look at the wrapper binder filler, I'll look at the score, and then I'll go to, if some folks will do the first third, second third, last third, and then I'll skim through it. It's like, and that gives me a rough idea on if they think it's a good cigar or not. I don't want to hear and read about all this other nonsense. That's just not me.
Yeah. If I'm reading on Half Wheel, I'll scroll down to the score and then I scroll all the way back up to see who wrote it. Whether it was Charlie or not. And not that either one. But if it's Charlie, I'll tend to read a little bit more of the review just to see what he throws in there, because he likes to throw in a lot of wacky, things, terminology, so I'll you read a little bit more. Coop throws in a little bit more history. I like, so everybody's got their thing, so, I like Cigar Craig, his, when he talks about a cigar, it is short, sweet, and to the point. Mm-hmm. It is 3 sentences, 40 words. And I know how he likes it, and if Craig likes it, I like it. Craig and I have a very similar palate. So if Craig says buy it or try it, I try it.
Yeah. Brian, Coop's a good guy. I mean, he said he doesn't watch KMA because of Coop. Coop's a good guy. He's super smart. He's been around for a while. And I got a chance to finally meet him at PCA this year. And it was only like a real quick, hello or anything, but for how long he's been doing it and how much knowledge he has, he's one of the nicest and a very approachable gentleman.
I owe Coop, and I won't expand on it. Coop, I'll always have Coop's back going forward. And that's all I'll say. Coop has just been, he's just been there, and so that's all I'll say. I got Coop's back.
Yeah.
So
he reached out to me. He's one of the first guys to reach out to me when I decided to leave the old factory. He reached out and was very supportive. And that's and it wasn't just the kind of, there's some folks that reached out to me that were trolling for information. They were freaking trying to figure out what's going on and yada yada yada. And you got to watch what you say to some folks because they just want to kind of get a snippet here and there.
Yeah,
not that freaking what I have to say is newsworthy. But Coop reached out with genuine concern and like it was a genuine message that he sent and checked in from time to time as well. So like you said, Coop's a good guy and I appreciate that about him.
Another one is Dave Garofalo, Two Guys Cigar. I was having some issues a couple of years ago, and Dave took it upon himself to make some contact, make some calls, and then call me and tell me what he did to help with an issue I was having. And it was just like, well, it blew me away. I'm like, wow. I mean, you definitely went above and beyond, and that man will, I'll always be grateful.
Can we have a show sometime to talk about the things that we don't talk about and can't talk about?
Yeah, I know. We need to have that. What are you guys smoking? I'm on my second real good trash, the Certmythe Brusquer. Which has got I'll say what you're smoking. Then I got
so I'm smoking a sweetgrass Gringo.
So about I don't know a month and a half ago, I bought a tool on eBay from Snap-on Tools, and it was a battery memory saver, something you plug into a car. So when you go to disconnect the battery, it keeps memory alive to the computer and the clocks and everything else. You don't have to reset everything. Very important in today's cars. Some cars, like if you don't, like my neighbor, like he disconnected the battery in his car, and it took me like 30 minutes to get this thing running again.
Talking about
so there are a lot of cars, and it was like an old Snap-on tester, and this person had like 10 of them, and I'm like, the hell did they get these? They're like brand new. They haven't made them in a decade. And I'm like, God, so I bought one, immaculate shape. And the return address, because Jessica goes, hey, who's Jill Shahan? And I go, I have no idea. Like, you got a package from her. And I go, what? And so I opened it up and it was this thing from eBay. And I go, what? What? And so yeah, the lady I bought it from, what her name, she was a Shahan. So we got to talk, we got to talking on eBay, and she married into the family, so her husband was Jimmy Shahan, James. And yeah, so I had given her the link to the book, the Shahan family tree, which takes us all the way back to Cornelius. And she wrote me a letter, and I got it today. She's 67, he's 71. They live in Tennessee. But she wrote me a really nice letter today, and talking about her family. And she looked up the book. You can't buy the book anymore because it'll be like my great aunt or something. I guess passed away, so she, there are no more copies of the book. But there's a genealogy website that uploaded the book to their website, so you can read the whole book.
Mhm.
On the website, and it's basically, it's not like a book, like a story. It's just from Cornelius down. It's like a family tree.
Yeah.
This married this married this married this, and a few little stories here and there. But yeah, she's related to me by, yes, they are related. She contacted a few of her other family members, and one family member said, yes, we do, trace our roots back to Cornelius. And her husband's dad just died and left him part of the land in Tennessee, which they bought in like 1897 or something. So yeah, it's kind of a cool little, like how
can you lay claim to 1/10 of that property?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was super cool and super small world. Just out of the blue, met a new family member.
Cool. Well, I told you,
so,
I was at Amador was having an event up in North Carolina, and they had the big ice sculpture, and I was doing a live show, from the vintage, and I had my credit card up front, and it was packed. It was packed. It's basically it's a cigar bar that was an old garage, and it was the garage that Michael Jordan's dad.
Oh yeah.
So I go up to pay my tab, and I'm like, yeah, I said my credit card. He's like, all right. I said it's Kerr. I said last name's Horny, and the girl goes, which one? I go, come on, the only one. She's like, no, I have two Hornies. And there was a Greg Horny that was there, and he was actually sitting right behind me where I was doing the live show. And I went over to him, and I was like, dude, you're not going to believe this. So we started talking, and he was, he's from Kentucky, I think. I can't remember anymore, but we got to talking, and I think there's probably some relation somewhere deep down the line, with our families. But the odds of that happening, with that last name has never happened to me before. But when I went up and asked for my credit card, she said, which one? I was like, what do you mean? And the guy right over here, super nice dude, but yeah, we sat there and shot shit for a while. And, you start talking about family, and it's like, after you get about like, grandparents deep and you can't find a connection, you're like, okay, Dave, what are you smoking? Like, it's like, it's, we've got the same last name. We're probably related, but it's a very unique.
What do you mean for auto starter? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, my dad is the top. I gave this lady Jill my dad's number. I'm like, if you have any questions, like my dad's like the historian of the family. Yeah, he knows like who's related to who on where at. He's that guy.
Yeah.
So
I won't seek anybody out. Like my dad, and my aunt was like, "Oh, you're going to Chicago for work? They're the Hornies in Chicago." I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to be like, "Hey, we got the same last name. I hear that you're a distant cousin." Nah, I give a shit.
That's it. What's the year, make, and model of the vehicle? Yeah, that's my dad though. You remember at the family reunions growing up as a kid, we'd drive up from Florida, and this is this is your cousin, whatever. We're all like 10 years old, whatever.
Yeah.
And then his dad and his uncle and blah, blah, blah. And, my dad still goes up for the cousins reunions, like every year, every other year. And, all the cousins get together, and the Beavers is the other side of the family, and the Shahans. And it's,
Jen's dad does that. They get together and they always talk about the patriarch. And this is, I'm like, goodness gracious. My dad was always good on, because he kept in contact with all my cousins and stuff. And a couple of my cousins I haven't seen or spoken to since I was probably like 12, 10.
Yeah.
Obviously I did see him again at my dad's funeral, but my dad was always big. I'd talk to him like, hey, what's going on, Dad? Hold on for a second. Hello? I'm like, hello? Hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? What's going on? I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, what? But hey, it's your cousin David. Oh, hey David, how you doing? Good. What's going on? Not much. You down in South Carolina? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Hey man, it's good talking to you. And my dad's like, hey, that was your cousin David. I go, Dad, I haven't spoken to David since I was 12.
Yeah,
Like, you just handed somebody a phone like that, and Dave's a nice guy. I mean, funny dude, but this happened a few years ago. I'm like, you just put me on a spot. I'm like, hey, what's been going on the last 40 years? Because that's
I know. And we're going to get back to that in 1 second. 2011 Subaru Forester. First thing I would do is I would call the dealership and find out if that vehicle had an option for a remote start from the factory. Because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these vehicles have remote start. They just weren't ordered that way. So a dealership can actually just cut you, or not cut you, reprogram you a new key fob, and then plug in their scanner and just activate that within the PCM, the powertrain control module. So you'll have factory remote start, and it's super easy. And sometimes it's just as inexpensive as taking it to like a stereo shop. If you got like a real good stereo shop, that's who I usually recommend people to go to, because they know wiring, and that's what they do as well. So first step is always call the dealership, find out if that's something that they offer, because then it's factory installed and you don't have to have any glitches afterwards. So as a kid, on the Saturday nights or something, usually a couple times a month, when the rates went down, so we would call up north, and we'd always have to talk to whoever was at my grandparents' house. And even back then as a child, I hated speaking on the phone.
Maybe that's where it all started from. Maybe that's the genesis of your disdain of conversation.
It is, just trying to make small talk with people I barely knew. I knew they were my grandparents. I had met them. Like I said, you spend like a couple of days every summer with everybody. And I loved my grandparents and my aunts and uncles. But the disdain of having to talk. I'm like, and then talk to my grandma for a few minutes. Okay, well, here's your grandpa. And then I have to talk to them like, oh, hey, your Uncle Matt's here. And, then I had to talk to my Uncle Matt, who hates talking on the phone as well. So we'd have to make chit chat. Or, like I said, my Aunt Cheryl would have, my Aunt Cheryl's deaf. So we'd have to call her through the TTY.
Yeah.
We didn't have the phone. So I would have to talk to this complete stranger on the phone while she typed in, so my aunt could read on hers, and then would read back. And it was just like, this is horrible. If you hate talking on like talk to a TTY operator, on the as the go between.
What would you like your aunt? What would you like to say to your aunt?
Yeah, I don't know. How are you doing? And it's like, and
your aunt says she's doing fine except for her hemorrhoids. They've been really bothering her. Like, what can you write to hear that person have to freaking relay?
I don't. It was just brutal. So hated. So I've always since I could speak, I hate speaking on the phone and having conversations.
Well, when you're introduced to speaking on the phone and it's freaking like you're calling up north to family, and then you also marble in TTY, I could understand. Because Jennifer, it's funny, is they asked people ask, about, our friendships. Like, hey, do you talk to Kevin a lot? I'm like, no. I talk to him once a week on the show. We message a lot to each other. I said,
Yeah, yeah.
occasionally, very rarely will we'll freaking get on the phone, but it's so short and sweet. And I think the first time I talked to you, and you told me, you're like, yeah, I'm not a big phone person. I think it was,
Yeah.
I was down at I called you because I just had to hit and run. I was down in Columbia.
Yeah.
I was leaving. I can't remember the name of the cigar shop anymore right now, but I called you. I was like, yeah, I just had to hit and run. It was like a conversation. I was like, you're like, yeah, I really am not a big fan of talking on the phone. It's like, all right.
I had to tell Matt Booth that once. He had called. We were talking for a few minutes. He's like, all right, I'll let you go. You don't seem to be into this conversation. I'm like, I'm not a phone guy. So yeah.
Sorry, Matt.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. I'm just not a phone guy.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I mean, there's occasionally we've talked for 20, 30 minutes here and there. Same with who I like talking to on the phone, with Steve Saka, because that motherfucker just it's to the point. He calls you up and like just starts talking. Like, here,
you probably don't talk. You just listen.
Yeah, you just listen. I'm like, hey, what's up, Steve? He tells you exactly why he called, the information he needs, and once you give him that information, he's like, all right, have a good day. I'm like, thank you. Click. And that was it. You could tell he hates talking on the phone too.
No small talk, chit chat. Well, you can tell that in his interviews too. It's like you can tell when folks are doing a small talk, chit chat interview, that is just like,
yeah.
And then it's just freaking, I'm done.
Yeah.
Talking on the house phone used to be cool. Then the cordless came. It was even more cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Those calls of being able to freaking listen on the other line, those were the best. I used to freaking torture my sister growing up with that.
RJ, how did you and Kat? When was the first time we actually met?
Physically? That time we met halfway at the at that small little hotel. Shit. I don't know if it was when you visited or if it was we went and visit. God, when was the first time we connected? Was it? No, it wasn't down in Tampa, was it? At Ybor City?
I don't. Jessica, do you remember when the first time Kerr and I met face to face?
First time?
Yeah.
Wasn't it when we went to go see Graham?
Was it when we went to go see Graham?
It might have been North Carolina. Oh man, I don't know.
Oh! Was it when we went to see at that cigar bar we had to pay like that $5 into?
Yeah,
Chris Monaco.
Yeah.
Was that the first time we met face to face? No, I can't.
Can't remember.
We drove to their house. We stayed, and then that might have been the second time we drove up. So the first time we met you up
in North Carolina.
They took us to Bogota, and that's when they were living at their other house.
She says when you were living at your other house, we came up and saw you guys.
Well, you did come up and visit, but I thought the first time we met you guys was when you were visiting Graham, and we met at the cigar lounge up there.
Yeah, I think that must have been it.
I have a picture of us in front of a Christmas tree.
She says, yeah, that was a Christmas tree. Was at that yeah. Yeah, because was it Chris Monaco or Jeffrey Amendola came down there? Was it Chris?
He didn't come down. He lived there.
Or he lived there.
Up there. Yeah. They were from that area, but we were at I can't remember the name of the cigar lounge anymore, but it was up above Charlotte. And then they had that little area where we stopped and ate, grabbed something to eat. It was all in that little common area.
Hey, Jess, I'm gonna turn the mic on. I know you don't have a bra on. Come over here and speak for a second. Matt Hashimoto wants a bit. Yeah,
let everybody know Jessica's coming on. She's not wearing a bra.
All right. So Matt wants an update on Graham Hashimoto.
Oh, an update on Graham.
So got speak because it won't go all the way around.
Can you hear me?
Jessica, you speak louder. You're not wearing a bra. Speak louder.
Can Kerr hear me?
Yeah, he says speak louder since you're not wearing a bra.
Oh, that makes so much sense. He's actually doing really good. He's not at Fort Bragg anymore. He is at the Pentagon. So he's found an apartment in Virginia. He's just doing his thing at the Pentagon. I mean, that's really the only update I have on him. He's done a couple more different things for like advancement and stuff, but he hasn't made E6 yet. He's still in E5. He's hoping to be in E6 soon. So, but then with the government shutdown, that really...
Did his MOS change? Like his job?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His MOS did. Well, I mean, it's obsolete. Like when he was at Fort Bragg, it's like his whole MOS doesn't exist anymore. It's been morphed into... who knows what it is. He's still doing his MOS though. For the Pentagon still has that particular job, but the MOS itself, well, will never go to do that, because if they ever go to do any kind of print or filming or radio type stuff, it's all under some other umbrella now. So yeah, so Graham's MOS is obsolete.
He says he go to any cigar lounges up there in Maryland?
No, he's not in Maryland, Virginia area, Washington D.C., Virginia. No, he hasn't gone to any yet. He's gone to like a bunch of stuff because there's tons of stuff to do up there, but he has not done the cigar stuff.
Yeah, he's got to go.
He doesn't have really any cigar buddies like he did when he was at Fort Bragg.
He's got to go to Curtis Draper, right across the street from the White House. That place is fucking awesome. Great place.
He said, go to Curtis. Here, put the headphones on. He says he's got to go to Curtis Draper up at the
Curtis Draper.
Matt said
right across from the White House.
So it says that Matt says it's awesome. I always like to follow up on our military fam. Damn, E6 already. It seems it was just yesterday he had just enlisted. Yeah, how long has he been?
Graham and his daughter pretty much enlisted at the same time.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
but, Matt, your daughter's out. She was in the Navy, correct?
Yeah, of course. Matt's a Navy guy.
Right. But I just wanted to
go anywhere.
Well, listen.
Yeah, wish Graham would have went in the Navy.
No.
Navy's so much cooler.
In the Navy.
Yeah, Navy's so much cooler than any other branch.
He did his research and of what he wanted to do and like where his career path was going. The Navy wasn't it. And not to say that the Navy's a bad thing, it's just it wasn't for him.
I'd want to be on a sub. If I had to do it all over again and I could join the military, my vision was
for somebody who gets seasick.
Yeah. No. His daughter is in the Air Force,
Navy,
and he was in the Marines.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't even have it correct. Yeah. Anyway, but his daughter I know was going in at the same time Graham was, or maybe a year before Graham was. It was very interesting. But yeah, Graham went through some tough stuff, and like getting out of Fort Bragg was probably the best thing for him though, because now he can actually like enjoy some of his military career. I felt like there he just was like miserable, and not because so much of the job, just like the area is just there's nothing there.
Yeah, definitely being in the DC area.
Yeah,
it's
I can't. And he's not far from he's 3 hours from my sister. I have a cousin that just moved to Maryland, so he's not far, and they're around the same age, so he's not far from her.
Oh, Matt's son is a nuke tech on a sub. Oh, your son's so much cooler than my son. No.
I mean, in some ways, yes, but Graham literally has done some really cool stuff.
He has, he's done some cool fit.
What Kerr?
Did he jump out of airplanes?
Oh,
yeah, he jumped out of airplanes. He jumped out of helicopters.
Yeah, he jumped out of helicopters. Yeah, and he went to Qatar, he went to Afghanistan. He's done a bunch of cool stuff, and then he's gotten to do a bunch of cool stuff at the Pentagon and at the White House. That was his always when he sat down to tell me he wanted to join the Army. That was one of the things that he said. He goes, one of my goals is to do something at the White House. So he hasn't quite gotten there yet, but he did say that, and that was 7 years ago. So
Kevin, got to post on X and tag Trump.
Yeah, 7 years. It's
the whole process.
It's the same with my little brother. Adam. Been in the Navy, and it's like 22 years now or something. I'm like, God, I just remember being at the party. Going, as you're going away, and the same way. And
I know his in my time hop, his boot camp graduation popped up and just made me like cry all over again, because it just seems so bizarre that that it's been that long.
Seems like just yesterday. I mean,
it does. It really does. And now he's he's just trying to find his way, I think. And he's going to college on top of everything. So
yeah, Matt said his daughter's about to re-enlist.
Oh, okay. Well, because his daughter also she had a baby, correct?
I don't know.
Yeah. Did your daughter have a baby?
Yeah,
I thought.
Yeah.
Sure, Jessica. Yeah.
So Jessica knows, she pays attention.
I pay attention. I might not ever respond to people, but I pay attention.
Yeah. So
so Grandma, he's just definitely he's still going to college, and just bettering himself. He's taking all the advantages that he can. And what's crazy is he always thought it was weird that they offer you to do stuff, and he's like, people would always say no. He got his motorcycle license, he got his bus driving license,
he learned how to drive a bus.
He's like, I did. He goes, and it would be just one weekend, that you had to kind of get trained for.
Matt says, his granddaughter's 4 years old.
4. Yeah, I was gonna say it. So cute.
You guys ever gonna go visit him? Go visit Graham?
I haven't yet. He, it's just been hectic. And then every time we talk about going up there, something comes up. So, and he's busy. Like right now, like in December, he'll be going to some other kind of training. So he won't even really be around.
Plus it's really cold up there.
I don't really care. Kevin doesn't have to come with me.
Yeah.
Kevin doesn't have to come with me.
There's some great cigar lounges.
Oh yeah.
In the area, and there's
that's not why I would go, but that's probably why Kevin would go.
I know Kevin talks about food, but I got to tell you, when I spent 9 months up in that area, right outside of DC, working on a project, and the food is just fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
It's
the one thing Graham said though is
just crazy.
But that's what they say, because you got so many people coming in from so many parts of the world. God. It just that's what they say. Washington D.C. is a mecca for food.
And even going like I even went right outside of D.C., but I had Ethiopian food for the first time when I was there. You go in to Chinese restaurants. I had a number of different Middle Eastern food, chickens, Mediterranean chicken, just fantastic areas and just great food. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Grandma found an apartment close to the metro, so he doesn't have to drive to the Pentagon. But once you get there, it's a pretty far walk. So he longboards, or he has like a scooter that he can fold up that he uses. And almost everybody there, that's how they get to work. They take the metro and then they longboard.
They do those freaking rent bikes and scooters or whatever.
No, he doesn't do that. He has his own.
Those are the worst.
Thing.
We were in Miami and asked Jen. I almost hit like 3 people because they freaking have those rent freaking scooters. And they just half of them are drunk, zipping around. Horrible.
Yeah. Matt said he tried to visit his son in Japan for 4 years, never could because they kept getting deployed.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to go up to Virginia where my little brother's at, because I want a tour of a carrier, an aircraft carrier. Plus I want a tour like of somebody that works on the carrier. He's like a green shirt. He like works up on the deck. Plus he's a forget what he is now. He's a I forget what Adam is. He's like way up there. I want to be able to
Isn't he retiring this year?
He's got a couple more years. When he made he's just like super far up there.
That doesn't help any of
us.
That's cool.
What is he
no
was a
is he an
I know
he's in the Navy?
I know.
What's he in?
He's almost trying to convince us.
He's in the Navy.
Is he an Edson?
No, he's something that is also the Army has as
Captain?
well. No,
that wouldn't be it.
Because he made let's see.
Didn't you say he's a chief?
Chief warrant officer?
Chief warrant officer.
Thank you. I know more than you do.
So he made Master Chief, and then he got promoted to Chief Warrant Officer.
Yeah.
And then he had to give back. He was getting ready to retire, but he had to do something like 5 years. So once he made chief warrant officer, he had to promise to do like another 5 years
Right.
in order to get his raise or something like that. And Matt wants to know, wait, he rides his longboard in uniform?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that was also a big change because at Fort Bragg, with his MOS, they were with, special forces area, so they didn't have to wear uniforms. So then when he got transferred to the Pentagon, you have to wear your uniform. That was like a big change for him because he was in the military, but that was one thing he wasn't accustomed to because he didn't have to wear his uniform. They could go and really whatever they wanted to into work. And so when he went to the Pentagon, he was like, crap, I gotta wear my uniform.
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
Yeah. But there, like where he is like in a weird part of the Pentagon, and there's no like real like space, especially for some of the women there. So Graham bought this like dressing divider and put it in like a room so the women could change and stuff like with privacy, because of where the bathrooms were and the gym was like far out of the way, because a lot of people go there and they work out and all that stuff, and it's huge. I mean, it's like its own world at the Pentagon. They have everything you can possibly imagine there. They have shops, they have restaurants, they have a gym. I mean, it's huge. And so he wanted to give them like a safe space to like, change and not have to come in their uniform if they didn't want to.
That's cool. Matt said he needs a picture of Graham on his in his uniform riding.
I will. His girlfriend actually takes really cool like photography pictures. I'm going to mention it to her and say you really gotta go one day on her day off when he has to work and take a picture.
That'd be
him.
cool. Something like at street level, like looking up as he's coming by, getting more of the board. I could picture that.
That would definitely be cool.
He's got
Matt
like
said,
a selfie stick just to record himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we check? Matt toured his son's aircraft carrier before he went to subs, and that thing holds 6,000 people. Yeah, I know. I've seen the pictures of.
See, I've been on 2 aircraft carriers, so
and I want like the big tour. I want to put my hand on the nuclear reactor. That's what I want to do.
I don't think they'll let you do
I
that.
don't think they'll let me do that either.
No.
But
when you have a running history of pushing buttons you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I know, but I want to get as close as I can to a nuclear reactor and just touch it.
Yeah.
Just to be cooler than everyone else. Bone says the Pentagon has a mall on the bottom floor, like you said, with all sorts of stuff, and a train stop. Oh, I didn't know there was a train stop at the in the
it's wild. Graham when he first got there, he was like, I have entered a realm that I am not accustomed to.
Bone says he spent a year at the Pentagon.
Oh, cool! I didn't
know that.
Very cool. That is very cool. Yeah, he as much as like Graham will also complain a lot about like DC traffic, and he's just like it's hard to get to some places, but the cost of living there is just astronomical.
It's insane.
It's crazy. But you know what? I actually, after like living in bigger cities and like especially like living in Pittsburgh, visiting Philly a lot, spent a lot of time there, even New York, I actually did not find DC traffic as bad as some of those other bigger cities. DC traffic was busy, but it always, especially like the Beltway, it always had a good flow to it. I don't know why it didn't bother me as much as like, because I think with Pittsburgh traffic was always like jammed up. Had to go
terrible.
Fucking 3 tunnels and 2 bridges. It was always something like annoying like that.
I told Graham to go drive through New York for a little bit, and now I hear him how he feels.
Trust me, the DC traffic is nothing compared. Even Baltimore traffic is worse.
Yeah, the only time I think it really ever got like too slow in Washington is when it gets real foggy. That's when people can't see and they don't like want to drive fast. But no, the cost of living there threw him for a loop.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
Matt said he went to the bottom of the ship, got close to the reactor, but couldn't touch it. He did see and touch the engines. Oh, how cool is it? I got to touch on the USS, the battleship New Jersey. I got to touch the propeller shaft, and that was so cool. Because I mean, just you watch it go through. You come through one wall, and it goes out the other wall, and you knew there was 2 more rooms that it had to pass through before it got outside, and it just to touch the drive shaft. So
that's pretty wild.
So cool.
It's amazing something that big floats in the water and just freaking just goes.
I know that. Yeah, that's why I want.
So you'll never see two aircraft carriers docked at the same time. But when I was in Rhode Island, we stayed on the Navy base there, and there was an emergency, and there was two side by side, and everyone's there taking picture because it's like it doesn't happen often. Like it's like a big no. And that was wild. And then we got a huge tour of it and everything of the boats and stuff. It was cool.
Matt says, thanks for the update, Jessica. I don't get on Facebook very often, so this made my day.
Good. I'm glad. I'll have to go and stalk his Facebook page to see the grandbaby.
Yeah.
Stalking's good.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Right. See you, Jessica.
Bye.
Out there. So yeah. Go to the San Diego shipyard. There are tons of ships there. And I've been on a World War II sub, been on a World War I sub, been on the USS Battleship New Jersey several times. It's just man, it's just when you're on like those old ships, and it's just they're living, they're breathing, and you just feel the history. And it's just when you're walking through, and it's almost, and watching so many war movies, over the years, that's what you think. When I was on the New Jersey, the most decorated battleship in U.S. history, like decommissioned and recommissioned like 3 or 4 times. And you just think about the movies, of the men running around and, in these, in these epic battles. And it's just, it's hard not to be impressed, especially when you're looking at the guns, the big guns, bro.
The next time you come down, or come up rather, apologize, we got to go down to Patriots Point in Charleston.
Yeah.
We could go down to Patriots Point. We can golf. They have a golf course there. And then you can go to the Maritime and Naval Museum, because they have the Yorktown, which is a carrier. They have the Lafferty, which is a destroyer, and then they have a submarine. And they also have boats from Vietnam, and then they have the Medal of Honor museum. And you could do all that like right there, and golf. You golf it and go do that shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely
It's a great. I've been down there a couple of times, and it's a lot of fun. They have a real nice golf course, but when you get down there and you look at the Yorktown, like you said, everything else. Years ago, I was on we did a launch meeting, and for God's sakes, I cannot remember the ship, but we were in San Diego, and the launch meeting was on the deck of an aircraft carrier, and the host was Peterman from Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
And they had to tour the ship and everything. It was a lot of fun, man. It was I wish I knew what ship it was, but yeah, you gotta come down. We'll go to Patriots Point. That's a lot of fun. Good time.
Yeah, definitely sounds like fun. I definitely love to get golfing it. To get golfing again. I don't think Jessica changed out the it's I had a knee appointment today, and because I really hope to get out golfing again, because I did that iovera treatment like a month ago, where they like freeze all the nerves and everything else is supposed to bring relief to many. Yeah, it made everything worse.
That's good.
Yeah, now my knee hurts worse than ever. Hurts all the time now.
Is it one of those situations where they say it's going to get worse before it gets better?
No.
Okay.
They were supposed to freeze the nerves and kill everything to the knee. Like I shouldn't even.
I remember
be able to
you
feel.
told me before it didn't help out at all.
Yeah. So it's actually progressively gotten worse. So now they're going to recommend me some red light laser treatment. It's like something new that just came out with. There's like one place here in Florida that does it. It's such a new treatment, and it's so experimental that I don't even know if workers' comp is going to pay for it. But but yeah, he's like, yeah, if they approve it, that's great. Let me know how it is. If they don't approve it, I'll see you back in 6 months. See how things are going. I'm like, all right, thanks, bro.
So Kev, I got to tell you, this is kind of newer stuff, right? So I'll talk about Patriots Point. They have a Vietnam experience exhibit where they actually have huts. They got a 2.5-ton truck. They got a fire control bunker, a mess hall, howitzer gun. They have 5 helicopters, and they have a new phase 2 complete, which is a experience a mini theater located inside a replica of a Saigon street corner. And then you can get inside the Laffey, the Laffey, USS Laffey. Sorry, I want to add an R to that, probably because of David, but and you actually get inside and you experience and witness what it was like to have a kamikaze attack on the Laffey. So you actually get them to sit in the chairs and actually shoot at and see what it's like to have kamikazes come at you.
That would be super cool, and I'm definitely gonna have to come up and just do that with us. We'll have to make a weekend or
there's a lot to do there because they have that. Like I said, they have the Yorktown,
and that's in Charleston. You said,
okay, out there,
yeah. Oh, super cool.
Yeah, I know when I was there, we did a tour of the ships and stuff, and that was about it. But it looks like they added a lot more. It's pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's I don't think we're going to want to do sweat on the ship where there's a workout series. I think we're good with working out on the deck.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about that. But we'll take a look at some of the other stuff that we could do and have some fun.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. I think we'll leave it there for tonight. That's it. I want to thank everybody for coming on and hanging out for a couple of hours. It's good to hear Jessica's voice again.
Yeah.
And for sure.
Real quick before we head off, I want to remind everybody that the time is closing. Donations for Joseph's trip to Africa, Ashes to Africa. He's leaving in January. We're going to be doing a live event where we're going to be selecting those who have donated. We got lots of gifts, lots of prizes, close to $10,000 in prizes. So go to I know www is inferred, but it's kind of the old man in me. VSRcigarfam.com. Click Ashes to Africa. We appreciate your donations. Joe's, we still got to hit his goal. Every dollar that we make over his goal, we're going to be donating back to the local pediatric oncology clinic. But fantastic prizes. I mean, we're going to probably have Jennifer on again next week, and we check out Stogie Road Jen on Instagram. She's posting lots of pictures of all the different prizes that are available. It's pretty cool stuff that we've had a lot of generous folks donate plenty of cigars, plenty of prizes, and God, there's some stuff in there that I may donate under an alias so I can get it.
Yeah, I don't just think about. I don't think we're going to be on next week. Yeah, I'll be at the Lightning game.
Oh, you'll be at the Lightning game. All right,
I'll be at the Lightning game next week. Maybe we'll have to do Tuesday night.
Yeah,
because maybe we'll get Jessica on and I'll do like a pre-Thanksgiving show.
No, that'd be
you
good.
Guys can
good
talk
bullies,
yeah.
pre-Thanksgiving show and Ashes to Africa. But yeah, it's gonna be a good opportunity for Joseph to go spend several weeks on the Serengeti.
Cool. Right on. We'll see everybody. We'll probably see everybody next week. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll try and figure it out.
Yeah,
and, we'll do a Thanksgiving and Ashes to Africa show.
Unless my voodoo doll pins find its mark.
Yeah,
being at the game.
That's it. I'll tell you all about the Lightning game.
Awesome.
So,
Flyers game.
Yeah. All right. We'll see everybody next week.